Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, this is David Benjamin from HealthyWildandFree.com. Today I'm talking about pre-diabetes or diabetes or anything related to insulin and blood sugar levels and things of that nature. So if you already have pre-diabetes or you're diabetic, this is going to be very insightful and beneficial information for you. So make sure to take notes, pay attention, and use the resources I share through in this video because they will help you and you will see progress and results. So first things first, insulin is a hormone produced by the body as a result of basically not being able to cope with what's going on in terms of blood sugar. So insulin is a response, it's a hormonal response by the body that when your body becomes resistant to it, and to that hormone, it produces more and more insulin, which causes a problem in the body. So it causes further imbalances. So basically understanding that aligning and harmonizing your hormones, including insulin, is extremely important if you want to not have diabetic symptoms and have to prick your finger for the rest of your life, basically. So if you have diabetes, like I said, this is very beneficial. Take notes, use this information. I'll link out more information with blog links and product links right below this video so you understand further. But first recommendation I would make to anyone that is diabetic or pre-diabetic is to buy Bragg's apple cider vinegar. This jar is like $7. It's one of the best natural remedies that you can possibly get for $7. It lasts a long time because you only use a spoonful or two at a time. And like I said, it's $7 and it's very, very healthy and it's very beneficial. So why would you want apple cider vinegar if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic? If you have apple cider vinegar, what you want to do is take a spoonful or two in a little glass of water every time you eat carbohydrates. So any sugar, any carbohydrates, anything, add apple cider vinegar with it. And what that's going to do is it's going to increase your insulin sensitivity by 19 to 34% with 1 or 2 spoonfuls each time you eat carbohydrates. So every time you eat carbohydrates, you should have this on hand in your home somewhere to take with carbohydrates because it's going to make insulin, it's going to make your body sensitive to insulin as opposed to resistant, which is extremely important for reversing pre-diabetes or diabetes. So grab some apple cider vinegar. That's very beneficial and very important. What else is beneficial for pre-diabetes diabetics? Sunshine is very important. Sunshine helps basically the hormones, insulin and leptin within the body. So your hormones are going to be more balanced and harmonized, which is extremely important. So get more sunshine and you're getting vitamin D from that as well. Get more exercise. That's beneficial for your insulin sensitivity as well. You want to reduce sugars and carbohydrates and add in more healthy fats. So sugars and carbohydrates are going to add more insulin load to your body, which is exactly what you do not want to do. So if you are eating it, use apple cider vinegar, but if you aren't, just do your best to reduce sugars and carbohydrates and replace that with healthy fats such as chia seeds, nuts, seeds, beans, really any type of healthy fat that's a whole food based healthy fat, because that's going to really just give your body an alternative source of fuel, and your body's going to start relying on those healthy fats as opposed to sugar and carbohydrates and things of that nature. So you're just kind of retraining and rewiring your body and your brain to use healthy fats as energy as opposed to carbohydrates and sugar. So that's very important because as you start to wean yourself off of sugars and carbohydrates, using apple cider vinegar, you need an alternative source of fuel, and healthy fats, chia seeds, grass-fed free-range butter, beans, nuts, romaine, lettuce, any any vegetables that have fats in them, protein as well are beneficial. Once again, protein is also, I didn't mention that, but protein is also beneficial for balancing your blood sugar levels as well. So those are very important. And you may say, well, what if I have a sweet tooth? What if my blood sugar levels are imbalanced? What if I'm not even diabetic yet? My blood sugar and insulin's already off. What can I do if I have a sweet tooth? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked, if you did ask. I have 2 recommendations for that. Number 1, cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of the best blood sugar balancers out there. This is organic cinnamon from Simply Organic. Add cinnamon to your meals. It's a spice that's going to balance your blood sugar levels, and that's naturally what it does. And that's just a good kind of modulator for your body and your blood sugar levels, which is important because not only do you want to balance your hormones with insulin and leptin and getting resistance under control and making your body more sensitive to insulin, but you also want to balance your blood sugar levels as well with things like cinnamon and healthy fats and things of that nature, and protein, because in healthy forms of whole food protein, because that's going to help modulate the connection, because your blood sugar levels and insulin are directly connected. So if you're balancing your insulin and your hormones over here, you want to balance your blood sugar levels as well, so it doesn't continue to negatively impact your hormones. So I hope that makes sense, because it's like two different tracks that correlate in your body. So beyond that, what can you do if you have a sweet tooth? Well, I recommend getting some liquid stevia. This is from a company called Omega Organics. It's organic stevia. Stevia is extremely sweet. It's awesome because it's a natural sweetener. It's plant-based, and it does not it does not affect your blood sugar levels, which is great because you can still get that sweet tooth craving, but you don't have to sacrifice your health and well-being and sacrifice harming your insulin resistance and your blood sugar levels further, and kind of escalating those issues in your body. So stevia is great because it's not going to affect your blood sugar levels, and on top of that, it's beneficial because it has chromium in it. Chromium is an extremely important nutrient that is beneficial directly for your pancreas, which your pancreas really needs chromium in order to balance your blood sugar levels and just have healthy blood sugar levels overall. So what you want to do if you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, is understand the relationship between hormones and your health and your body, and understand how different foods impact your hormones and your blood sugar levels, and start to just slowly change over time what you eat and how you use food as fuel. So eating more fats, proteins, healthy forms of those, and then switching from sugars and carbohydrates to things like stevia, and using apple cider vinegar when you do eat carbohydrates, drinking more water, eating more whole foods, organic foods, things like that, because those things are going to make a drastic difference in your health and your well-being long term. And beyond that, the great thing to know is that if you do follow, and hear me out here if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, or you've had blood sugar or insulin issues in the past, if you do follow an organic whole food diet, primarily raw, and avoid carbohydrates and sugar, things that will upset or imbalance or cause disharmony within your hormones or insulin hormone resistance, you can start to balance your hormones, your insulin resistance, and cause your insulin to be more sensitive once again in your body. Start to balance your blood sugar and start to create an alternate route for energy production within your cells and within your body, so that you can begin to reverse diabetes and prediabetes as well. So you don't have to, like I said, prick your finger, and you can start to gain control of your health, your body weight, your body fat, anything to do with diabetes. You can start to regain control of that. So what do I recommend? I highly recommend you use the things that I recommended to you today. I'm going to link all this up below along with an article that has more information. But I also highly recommend, and I'll link this up below, that you watch a film called Simply Raw. Simply Raw. It's just called Simply Raw, and it's a group of people that go 30 days on a raw food diet that have diabetes, and a good majority of them reverse their symptoms and diabetic symptoms completely altogether. The ones that kind of completed it as well. So some of these things I talked about aren't even in that film at all, but that film's going to give you a lot of great information to start kind of reworking and modifying your diet to suit your needs, to kind of get out of and get rid of those diabetic symptoms and kind of get your body back into alignment and balance. And on top of that, these things will help. So basically, these videos to everyone who has, like I said, prediabetes, diabetes, or anything close to that, or you have in your family and you have noticed that your insulin or blood sugar have been changing and getting worse over time, I highly encourage you and urge you to act now and do something for your health and well-being, and check out all the links and resources below. They're definitely going to help you out, and you don't have to live like that. It's as simple as that. If you understand and educate yourself and become aware, you don't have to live like that, and all the information below is going to help you out. So check out the information below. If you have a friend or family member that has diabetes that'd be open to this information, please share this video with them, and hopefully this helps you out. If it does, please like, favorite, comment, share this video below. Please subscribe for future videos. Whether you have diabetes or not, or you just want to balance blood sugar levels or be healthier or feel better, subscribe below for future videos. I'll be talking more about blood sugar, more about hormones, more about nutrition, more about vitamin D, more about exercise, more about how all these things play a role in your health and your life and your well-being, and how if you actively engage in them and add in certain things here and there, like for example the apple cider vinegar with the carbohydrates, you can balance your insulin by 19 to 34%. All these little cool facts like that are beneficial that you can start using in your life and your health. If you want to learn more like that kind of information, Subscribe below for future videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thanks so much for your time. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free. Bye.